this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no one.
a second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Hello, this is SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. It's been one heck of a couple weeks. So you know what? We've had some losses, and that's kind of moved us out. But I wanted to go ahead and, since we've kind of been bare bones, I'm going to do 2 videos testing out a new film format. We're going to try and do this. This is my first time filming a 4K on a, not a gimbal, so to speak. I got a little bug bite here. I can even see that on the 4K. But also switches. So we're going to do actually a full-on collection tour. So I'm going to take you around with me. Alright, so we're going to start off here with my office. I have various caps that were collected by my grandfather over time. He had a fairly decent cap collection. An older American flag, which was kind of cool. And of course, my music collection used to be bigger than this, but a car accident kind of destroyed that. I have some pens, including a couple of pretty cool ones, like a Kumite one and a Hard Rock, and of course In Search of Darkness pen, which is pretty cool. Over here, we've got a box I'm sending over to Mo, and some books I'm taking back to work. But I've got a lot of Stephen King books, and I got the entire Harry Potter series there. Of course, a picture here, a signed one of Boxcar Willie. A really old vintage model pirate ship, which goes back into the at least the 1800s. So that's a pretty cool one there. Same with a really old bottle of wine, and my little dice centerpiece, which is pretty cool. Of course, down here we've got the entirety of the Dark Tower series and quite a bit of my Stephen King collection. I like Stephen King, so you know, a lot of cool stuff there. And then of course most of my gaming books I finally picked up. As a matter of fact, I'll do a pickup for you right now. I picked up 5th edition. Finally gonna try and move into the world of 5th edition D&D. Now I just got to find a game to play it in a time that works. So I've got this here, a Final Fantasy VII poster. A Chinese friend of mine, she did that one, which is kind of cool, way back in the day in college. Let's see, some old presidential buttons. Now, of course, I have some Harry Potter stuff. Snitch clock, snitch lamp, and I got these Queen pops. But and this might actually be more relevant to today because this guy here, one of these two, is the mayor of is one of the mayors over there in Ukraine, and I've got the signed boxing gloves from when they were fighters. Very interesting there. That's an old war bayonet. Some old sabers, old military sabers, a Nazi officer dagger, which is kind of cool, Japanese fan, World War II era. There's a Lucy pen and the Black Panther poster. Some more military sabers right here, which is also kind of cool. And I've got a wall of pops behind my old workstation. This is my work from home station when I was doing that, and I've got Anderson over here. And so you can see I've got quite a collection of pops. Even got one of my favorite, my Mystery Science Theater ones, my Gretzko, and my Sharknado one. I love them. So we're going to move over. Now let's go over in here. I've got my In Search of Darkness poster, which I really like that. I might need to get a new frame. It got paint all over it when we had the flooding. And I've got here a collection of mugs, shot glasses, various things here. And I am a lot of people don't see a lot of those. I've got some Anime America ones over on the end there. I don't have many anime related ones. I mean, that Ranma one, I guess, the cappuccino cup. But a lot of pretty cool mugs and coffee cups here. And of course, we're starting to get into physical media here as we go into we got a Gravity Falls poster. Pukul, who was in our show for a short bit. And of course, this Fist of Fury belonged to my father, which was really cool to have that old clamshell. Same with the Scarface. Now, this Jackie one belonged to Kim, and pretty much this is the entirety of our combined VHS collection. I think my Stooge Mania is in there. Yep, right there, right next to Ricky Tikki Tavi. So that's a rather cool thing. So now we're going to go into the actual DVD room, which you can see there's the actual viewing area. And so this is the area where we'll usually set up for our old videos. We would set up in front of here to do a lot of our pickups. We used to set up on this angle, and we might do it again with this camera because it picks up the light much better than it did in the past. And then of course right over there with the fireplace is where we've been setting up. So we're going to see how that works. So we're going to start over here, and then I'm going to go alphabetically and go back. But I thought I would start up here, just pretty cool things there. We got another one of these with this one with the Yamada 7 Witches. Much better manga, but still good. This signed She Was So Pretty poster. I really like both of those movies. They're really good slasher movies. Analyze this. I got that poster for free when I was taking some psych classes, and they had it just sitting there. So I was like, can I have it? And they said, yeah, go ahead. Mystery Science Theater. This 100 movie thing, we took the actual glass out so we could scratch it. We've never done it. We got another one that's signed Mystery Science Theater picture here. A fully signed House Shark, which is pretty cool. My Sunset Boulevard. And I really love this Skip Beat thing, which is signed by the entirety of the English voice cast. Now in here is my board game room. As you can see, lots of board games, including this really nice one for Monopoly. A lot of odds and ends here, and a lot of these doubles. Now, I have to go back into the other room to show you part of that as well. See these boxes under here? These boxes actually contain movies that I've got doubles of them trying to sell. Those in there are doubles, but they're doubles I want to keep. Now there's others in this area, like my Ava collection, my 2 Pete and Pete's, and my Sailor Moon original English dub. I keep those around just because I can't get any more. It's got some fantasy books here. I've got some things that have my comic cards that I all used to collect, and some graphic novels. And like more of these are the awkwardly sized ones that they used to put out. And then in here is my comic collection, which Jacob and I are going to break out in a future video, which is going to be cool. Alright guys and gals, we're going to go back in here. I'm going to go over what's left on this table here. And of course, for those of you who know, that's a goodie bag that I pull out of. We got my favorite little Ninja Turtle set. I love this Turtle Van collection. This Gundam Wing thing, it's just so huge. We got Godzilla, the Hanging Judge. I love this picture here. This one here that my cousin actually painted, which is really good. He's a really good artist. And of course we've got Ebi and Gingerweed Man on the Evil Bong set, which is signed by Charles Band. But behind him we've got our Gamera set. We've got this My Hero Academia set, which is really good. And got the big old All Might pen with 2 of the movies. I need to get that 3rd movie out. The new Evangelion box, which if you've been watching, I did an unboxing of that. The Herschel Gordon Lewis's Feast box set. This Unlucky Charms cereal box. And the Man from U.N.C.L.E. complete set series. So we're going to go back down through here. So you can see over here I've got my TV, my Switch, VCR, PS3, controllers, my PS5, a Series X. Now I got my Pro Controller box there for the Series X, and I got my Region Free player right there. So over here we've got my entire Switch collection, which I'm not going to go through that like I do the other stuff, but we got a couple of box sets here. You've got the Abbott Costello one, the Twilight Zone, Will and Grace, Scooby-Doo, and the Beck one, which I upgraded to a newer looking version, and my Negama set, and of course that box for the Puppet Master with the the Axe Grinder movies and the Camp Blood one there that Sterling put out. We also have the Empire box, which both of those are signed by Charles Band. Both also very valuable. Both, well, that one is very out of print. This one's not so much, but still pretty valuable. That case is there. On one of the other channels, I did a breakdown of that. And there's my cap sitting on my skeleton and my Home Alone collection. So my original Final Fantasy 1 poster, which is really awesome. I had a patient of mine draw that, which I'm really happy to have that. Oh, I didn't have her draw it. They drew it for me and give it to me, so I had that framed. Of course, my favorite band. And this old X-Men poster, which a lot of people really like. I really like it too. It's really good. I'm going to turn this lamp on. Of course, I've got my Ghost of Camp Blood poster. I've actually got 2 of those. We've got our Criterion Godzilla set. I decided to replace it there because it's easier to see it. It's little. I mean, it's not little. I got my Zatoichi Criterion up there with Sherlock. But you got my PS3 collection, PS4, my big Three Stooges box. And then you got some PS5s over there. The Xbox 360s, and then of course down here we've got the some PC, and we got some Xbox One / Series X. There's the other Camp Blood. You'll see some that are turned down. Those are ones that are slated for pickups, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to try and go through some of these, and if I see stuff that I feel like's really good or something I want to talk about, I'll pull it out and discuss it. So we're going to just go through here. Love that Alfred Hitchcock collection. That's why I haven't upgraded for the Blu-ray, because it's just such a high quality set. But Bruce Lee was just amazing. Seeing Bruce Lee in HD. I mean, right there. We've got, I love this Concept Media box. I need to watch these films, but that's just really cool. And it's signed. I mean, I think I've got it. I've talked about it before, but it's actually signed by all these people. I am currently trying to log these in the CLZ app, so this is where I'm down to. I've done that row and up to here, but they're like huge sets. A lot of these, I start with the multi-packs of movies that aren't related to each other, which is why, or if they're related to each other and they have different names, like Eurotrip and Road Trip over here. So, you know. And then I've got these Eclipse Sets, which are pretty cool. I need to just open one and watch one all the way through, because I've got these Kurosawa ones, and I just need to get into it. This Ed Wood, my father really loved this. This Edison one, which is some of the earliest films ever produced. It's just really cool. Let's see here. I actually like this Ion Horror set that Dave gave me. Pretty cool thing there. I like the box. Some of the movies, but some pretty cool. We got some well, you know. And there. Oh, I love this. I guess some kid stuff with some not so kid stuff. But I love this. This is like, for their first 4 films, the Leica, like this Ultimate Edition, which has those in a steelbook. I love some steelbooks. So you got Laurel Hardy. I want the other Marx Brothers collection. This one, I want a Blu-ray like that one for that collection. This one here is extremely valuable for some reason. Wouldn't know for the quality of the films. I love these. These are pretty cool, especially for this, because it has the DV movies from Anhedenia, which I support them a lot. I think that's really cool. So let's see here. Down here, we got some W.C. Fields, which is good. My Woody Allen ones. I love these sets. I do hope they would condense them, because there is a Blu-ray set which is right here, which I think they should do that with all of the movies, just have them condensed down like that. You know. Alright, and then down to here. So we got this. Those railguns. I'm still waiting on the third railgun series to come to me. Then these, which are the NIS sets that I have, the premium editions. One of these days we're going to go through all of them together. We just haven't had it. I love these Wagneria sets. They're really cool. So up here on the mantle, we have some interesting stuff, like this Canterbury Tales Pornography, which is an interesting thing there. And oddly enough, I inherited a lot of these types of tapes from my father, and I don't know how to sell them, because you can't really sell them on eBay. Macari's also got that, so I was like, where do you sell them? I want to get rid of them, but I want to actually get the money, that because he paid lots of money for those. I don't really care for them. This amused me because I had somebody try to steal just this, and I don't know why. Little Harry Potter thing. I drew that back in high school. Just weird abstract art that I like. From Mary and the Witch's Flower, from when we saw that in the theaters, which is pretty cool. Got that amiibo for the Skyward Sword that everybody was wanting for time and again. And the Freddy glove. So we got our Masters of Horror, which has seen better days with Excalibur. You just want attention, cat. I love these two. I mean, the Stranger Things ones, the VHS boxes. I wish they'd kept up doing that. My Bleach sword. This is a dragon candle that used to belong to Bruce Lee, according to rumor. But we'll see how that is. My Voltron sets. My one, very few anime figures, and that's one of them. My other Masters of Horror set with Alf, and that Dark Shadows, and that Raya print. And of course, this I got from Jacob. The Halloween. I got my life-size Dobby here, who's wearing the Dr. Streaming outfit. And the rest of my Voltrons right there. I think I've got my the little Sonic the Hedgehog thing I got from getting Sonic Colors, which, yeah, big deal. I got my Food Wars sets, which Waiting on that last set for that. Starlink, when it was extremely cheap. But I like the Star Fox, so I thought it was going to be cool there. My Ring Fit, which I need to use. And one of the few Pony Can sets I have, which is cool. Now behind here, I've got my 007 collection. I want to eventually downsize. When they get that last Daniel Craig movie on, and they do like a 4K set, I'm planning on upgrading to that. And of course, Gen G, everybody knows that if they watch the show. And of course, our dehumidifier, which you need when you're doing this in a basement like I am. I love my little let's go to the lobby thing with my Star vs. the Force of Evil. The Skip Beat poster. So let's go up here and get in this corner behind the TV. We can see some of this stuff. Alright, and down here, I love the A-Team. This just got me through college. Really did. This Ace Ventura set is actually out of print, which has all three of the movies. It has the good ones and the, Across the Universe, my favorite movie of all time. I got all of Adventure Time there, which is pretty cool. I love these Mini Goddess. Adventures of Mini Goddess is cool, and this needs to be around. Occasionally, some of these might be out of order alphabetically. So, just warning. I'm really looking forward to the owl things, because these sets are kind of defective. They kind of work, but they kind of don't work, so I will be very much right there when it gets to a new release. Hopefully I'm not going to trip as I fall down. American Horror Story. I wish they would keep putting these out on DVD. Or I wish they kept putting them out on Blu-ray. My Amityville Collection. You can see I have a lot of Amityville stuff. As a matter of fact, if you look back up here, I have almost as much Alice in Wonderland. But all that Amityville stuff. You can see all that. Anna Griffith. All of this. Aria sets. They've redone Aria. And those big old Astro Boy sets. Alright, let's get out from behind the TV. And this, we got our Snitch up there, Slayers, little Bulgarian piece there. Puppet Master are now showing, which we got Elden Ring playing right now. Okay, so let's start up here. Now this is going to be like a full rundown because it goes through. I mean, Awful Truth, again, for those of you who are inclined to like Michael Moore stuff, this is excellent. He's got a good comedic eye. It's Back to the Future 4K Steelbook set, which is pretty cool. I really like that one. Basket case films are always fun. I like that Batman Anniversary set. I really do wish that they would do they wouldn't be able to nail down all the rights, but I'd love to get an unedited one. I wasn't as big into it as other people, so I'm willing to accept that. Same thing with Daria. I didn't watch it back when it was, so it's a lot easier for me to go. I don't know why, but I have an unusual love for the Beverly Hills Chihuahua movies. I don't know why. So, Black Books, another one. I mean, Blackadder is amazing, but you can still get this. But this is out of print. If you find this for a good price and you like British comedy, you need to get it. Well worth it. Black Clover, again, I got this on a deal from Amazon. Got the first two entire seasons for a fairly cheap price, for only $50. Well worth it. These Blood sets, unfortunately out of print. I wish this would come back into print. Come on, Sony. You own Funimation now. Release it into Funimation. Though, with my luck, it would come under Aniplex. Alright, over here. This Dirty Dozen, this Chris Sievert thing. I mean, this has been kind of a start of craziness. Filthy McNasty, all that. You got his signature here. I'm going to put this up here because I really don't want to make this attempt to do it without, because it'll cause it to just jump over. So back over again as we go. Alright, Boondocks, excellent series. Some of the Boruto stuff, which I haven't gotten to yet. You know, some pretty cool stuff. You can see Criterion mixed in here, anime, TV. I've got it all basically together. This old one, I love this cover. I just like the old school cover. I used to make like custom cards with that kind of background in it. Prisms. Really bad anime right here. Let's see here. The Cape. I think that series ended too soon. Card captors I've kind of reduced. I should upgrade these to the Blu-ray while they're still in print. Case closed. We really need to get more of that here. The one-offs that they're printing. Cat Soup. Cat Soup is something that is a must-have for those who like weird stuff. Also badly out of print. We still have some of the liquid in this, which is pretty cool. So, you know, some fun stuff. All of Cheers. I'd love to get this in a nice condensed set. These days you get them on Blu-ray. If they wanted to, they could do a Blu-ray of it and have it maybe be this big, which would be great. I would love that. Chippendale. Now this has been released in a smaller set, and this is not complete here, but the one that they just released is. I'm doing a Disney order when I get money, and it's going to be on that order. City Hunter, I'm working on converting them. As you can see, season 1 was this length. Now it's this size. I'm hoping to eventually get, when they get a full season 2 set, to get that out. This is coming out soon, and this is coming out, so eventually I can get them all in like the small sets, which would be great. I am trying to convert. A lot of the stuff I do, I don't really collect for value necessarily, even though I point out a lot of value. I collect for just enjoyment. I want to be able to watch this stuff. I mean, Columbo, Lord knows I'll have that time. Comic book villains is one that I really feel is underrated. I'm glad I got a hold of a copy of that. Let's see, Havoc, my favorite Marvel character. There's Elle. Behind Elle, we got The Cosby Show. Yeah, my 2 Cowboy Bebops, which are now on Steelbook, which is kind of cool. I want to say this is out of print, the movie in there, which is sad. I would much rather have these and have them still be in print. This Critters box set, because it was exceptionally cheap. I ordered from What Movie 1. He had the Blu-ray that had all 3 of these together, which will reduce the size and increase the quality and length that those will last, which will be good. You know, I mainly want them to last my lifetime, but hey, if they go beyond, that's fine too. So, The Gray Man, this is the whole series. For a while, it was just this. She got the Save Editions, but they did finally release the other 2 seasons, which I'm glad. That gives me hope for other things. I got my Agretzko Liquid Rage. Danger Mouse and Daria. Unfortunately, not original music, but I didn't get to know it that way. Dark Dungeons, which we covered on Inside Movies Galore. This Dark Stories 1 and 2 is really good. It's hit or miss, but some of the stories in this were really, really something. Got my Dragon, old school. And of course, Deadwood, my Deadpool Steelbooks, this Guillermo del Toro trilogy, which is really good. Don't fall. Alright. Deathpool. A lot of death here. This Fred Speaks is pretty cool. I have a couple albums up like this, and this is one of them, just because it's kind of cool. It goes with that Turnbridge trilogy, or Tunbridge, or whatever it is. You'll be seeing that later as we go. Detroit Metal City. We're covering this on Mo's channel this month, and this on Inside Movies Galore this month. I just got this. You saw, if you look at it, we did an unboxing. So the Folklore Trilogy is pretty cool. Dick figures. Now, they did a better box set release of this, but I do like this. Eventually I might condense it, but I love this big set. This is what's behind it. There we go. And here we are. Boom, boom. Hey, Blanchy. Hey, Yoki. Yeah, you can see the covers I've got for the cats. This is the Justice League Pez dispensers. It came out during the movie. So I got some interesting stuff here. To Megalopolis, which is coming out, by the way, with a Blu-ray release. This one here, Doomed, which talks about the Corman Fantastic Four. Interesting documentary. These things here from Atrosia, like this Dorothy the Pig, they are very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. I've gotten to really like doing the Christmas special for some reason. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, and they're starting up Super soon, so this is not going to be the complete anymore. Of course, I made this and I made that one. This is supposed to be leftovers from 10/5/50. My little shot glass with the skull. DuckTales, which is not the complete series. I'm hoping they come up with a condensed one like they did Rescue Rangers, which would be great. And then have all of it. The DV series, 4 and 5. Again, I know that 4 is out of print, but you can still get it through the creator, which is pretty good. This Ghostbusters set, it's also out of print. Sad that people are buying it to price gouge, but it's cool having those in 4K. You got some cool stuff behind it. This Elephant Man 4K, this European one, which is really cool, has a pop-out book in it, which is awesome. That's why I don't have the Criterion of it. Probably won't. This Ernest 3 fur, which I got to condense when my father passed. This is out of print. You know, this Evil Dead trap. I mean, when we did like redeemable movies, we did this one, which I really liked, but the first one, which we ended up doing coincidentally, this one's really good, and I found out Arrow released it, so I got that upgraded. Oh, well worth it. And of course I have this, which is also out of print, the Evil Dead 1 and 2, and I have the Army of Darkness one, which is not 4K, but you know, I like having them all in there. Excel Saga, Desert Punk Steelbook. You can see that. Of course, a Disney 10 for the Boatniks. I doubt this is going to get much of a huge value because it's just one movie. But we've got our fairy tale sets. We got Made in Abyss. More fairy tale. That's complete fairy tale, by the way. And of course, then we start with Family Guy, but this one is Treasures Oswalt. I do think that this one, when it goes out of print, will probably take on around the value that the other 10s have in the past. So if you haven't gotten it and it's still in print, you should try and grab one. This is a Rainbow Bright old doll there, but more Family Guy behind her. You know, Farscape, really good. Now we get to these Fate Stay Nights and you get these Aniplex sets. They are super expensive, so I'm glad to have them though. So we got here some of these Aniplex sets, like this Apocrypha and stuff. They are extremely expensive. I ended up getting these on DVD because they were $60 a piece instead of like the $400 a piece that the Blu-rays were, which is sad. Very sad. The Feast Trilogy, which I find interesting. They also had like the Pulse Trilogy, which everybody knows the first movie, but these two were kind of just put out by Dimension Extreme, I think. Is it Dimension Extreme? Let's see. Yes. And I really did like the trilogy, especially how they ended the third movie. It was just such a weird ending. So, you know, this fly set everybody was talking about, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll get it. If it goes out of print, I'm going to regret it. I still need to get the Fully Cooley, like the new series. But I'm not going to be... I really am not going to be upset anymore if I'm missing out on certain things. I find as I get older, I'm less and less. This Friday the 13th box set, which is excellent. Excellent, excellent. Get that before it sells out. You can get it pretty cheap too, so it's well worth it. Love having my old G.I. Joe stuff. Watched that a lot as a kid. Game of Thrones I have not watched but one episode. Maybe I'll get into it one day. Genshiken. Genshiken is an excellent series. If you like nerd culture in Japan, you do yourself a favor by getting this, and do yourself a bigger favor by reading the manga. A lot of Ghost in the Shell, Gilligan's Island, Gintama. Girls Bravo, I want to get on the condensed. If they ever release series on Blu-ray condensed, this box set's going away. Glee needs to be condensed. So, alright. Back. It's a long video. So we got this 4K release of this one's actually I think still in print. I don't think this original version is, but this Midsummer, which is director's cut, which, oh my goodness. You know, I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not. Got all of Gotham there. And this Gravity Falls set was super expensive for some reason. This one here for horror fans, especially of Japanese horror, the Great Horror Family, is a useful one to get for your collection. The Gregory Horror Show we covered in the anime. A lot of people did not like it. I love it. The Guild is a good one for gamers. You probably would have seen some of the gamers movies as I went by. If I see them again, I'll point them out. See, this is the Halloween box set that most people are coveting. I still need to get Halloween Kills, but I do have this Halloween movie. I'm waiting for the price to drop on that other one. Hari, let's go. Really good series. Sadly, very out of print. Very much so. Yep. Heroes. Hitalia is also a really good series. I haven't checked it out. For history buffs especially. So, sorry if I'm getting here. It's getting tight corners. Honey and Clover, which we'll be covering the next month. House. This is out of print. But if you can find it, it's really good because you can get all four of them and they are region free. They say they're not, that they are. So it's well worth having that set. Now, did I get the gamers? Well, I'm going back. Yeah, right here, just real quick. See those gamers movies? I did like a lot of movies based on tabletop role playing. It's just there. So I'm going to be getting down on my knees. So these Hunter x Hunter sets, the old series and the new series, sadly the old series is out of print. So, you know, it's pretty cool stuff. For flag breaks. This is the other type of NIS premium set. They started doing smaller boxes, which is, you know, fine. As you can see. Oh, come on. You guys are going to give me trouble. There we go. My Incognita Cinema Warrior stuff. I was so happy when I got this because it completed my set. They're as good as Mystery Science Theater. You know, sometimes better. You don't want those fans. You said that. Insomniac. Another show. A little bit offbeat by current standards, but still quite funny. Still quite funny. Alright, I'm going through this as I move through These Cousteau Odyssey sets are also out of print. They need to take these and make them into a condensed Blu-ray collection, because they're really good and they could use some cleaning up, but they would be really good to have. I mean, just really good to have. JoJo sets. I love these sets. They're just so cool. Journey Quest. Sadly, the pandemic may have killed Journey Quest, but I've got the first 3 seasons. I've already helped fund season 4. Let's hope it gets there. Oof. This K-On! Box set, which also out of print. Pretty cool box set. Could use a couple improvements. You have like a soundtrack with very little on it, which is sad. You know, some pretty cool stuff here. You see like Kill La Kills, which I'd love to get that condensed. Alright. That starts my King of the Hill. Alright, so now, ooh, you're gonna see me move up again. 2 more rows, and then we're going to the other side. So I got the complete King of the Hill, but they're going to start doing that again. The Kingdom is extremely good. So is Kino's Journey. If you haven't seen the original Kinos, you should. Krampus stuff. Everybody loves Krampus. So much more exciting than Santa. Alright. The Chevalier Daon. I could condense this, but I just love the artwork on these. Some subpar anime, Leprechaun movies, Life. And of course, Life Aquatic. I'm surprised that this one, apparently I got this one on Criterion. Oh well. I went ahead and I got a condensed version of this, which was pretty good. Lord of the Rings, they should be as high quality as you can get them. Had them on Blu-ray before. Pretty good sets. Now we're going on to my Lupin stuff, which is pretty cool. I've got a lot of Lupin stuff. I mean, you got season 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Which is pretty damn cool. See them all together. And a crap ton of specials and movies. Including the newest movie that they released. But you may see that on a pickup video soon enough. I can't remember which one of these, Magical Girl S. One of these is really expensive, one of these is really cheap. I don't know which one's which. Of course, Maison Ikoku. Another set that's really out of print, but needs to be in print. My Man vs. Food box. Let me see if I can pull that out. Because I love this one. No, I'm not going to try and yank this out. Too much. You can see that. I love this thing. It's not US release, but they didn't do a really good US release for it. So I'm glad to have one. One more row. And then we start the other row. So, you know, again, basic stuff. March Comes Like a Lion, another Aniplex. I need to see it. I got Mary Tyler Moore in here. Very good show. Now here's my other Masters of Horror, so I could actually keep the others intact, because those other sets are really murder on them. They really kind of scar them up. Maze. This series is kind of problematic. I love that Haruhi Suzumiya set. I'm sure Roger also would agree with that. Miami Guns, another weirdly out of print series. Not the best quality series, but it's there. Mind of Mencia, I like it. A lot of controversy around it, but you know, I try not to let myself get too bogged into controversy unless it gets too much out there. Monogatari, there's a valuable series right there. At one point, a person tried to say to me that there is, like, they had like a box set, a Funimation box that sold out and said, I'll trade you for the whole Monogatari set. And I'm like, it's out of print, but it's not that out of print. This one's a really cool set. This, was it Moon Phase? A little bit problematic these days. Kind of problematic back in those days too, but it worked enough. This Monster set, which I like this better than the other set. It's more stable. Okay. And of course, we end that with that Mysterious Series of Gold set, which, sorry about the thing there, I'm on the floor. But I love this. I mean, sadly out of print, but it is a great set if you can find it. Of course, some Mystery Science Theater stuff. So now, we're going to get up. We're going to move around. We're going to start over here on this side of the wall with some of these Sterling box sets, which are pretty cool. Like giant one for DVDs. Things. The Occultist. So the ones that, in my opinion, are the best value, the Things. This 10-pack. The Ape one is pretty valuable. And this one. Axe Grinder, if you get all of the movies in it now, is now worth it. The Occultist for the moment is not. There's only 2 movies in that. Alright, so we're back over here. All those Naruto sets. Then all the Shippuden sets. Then all the movies. Then we finally move on. Narima Daikon Brothers, also good. As we go around. It is a good one. It's sort of like a wacky musical by the people who did Excel Saga. If you liked Excel Saga, you probably like that. Three Stooges cartoon. Newhart. I like Newhart better than I like the Bob Newhart show. Go figure. The Demons movies, Night Gallery. We did this one this week. I don't know how it turned out. We haven't recorded it yet. Night Owls, which is What Movie 1 venture. Pretty cool stuff. This is his early stuff. Some Nostalgia Critic stuff. We got here OC. The original Office, which I don't really care for, but it keeps coming back to my collection. Once Upon a Time, which started out really good and then kind of ended with meh. Then One Piece. There's a lot of One Piece out there. Right now they're at 28 volumes. That's 28 volumes. It's unlike the other volumes that we've got up here. Those are 13. These are like 24 episode sets. There's a lot of episodes. I think we end our 28th volume at... What episode is that? Here, you're going to actually get to see one. There's a pickup. Another pickup. Episodes 668 to 693. Jeez. That's a lot. Let me go over here. The Ombok Trilogy, which I need to rewatch now. I've got them on Blu-ray. This one is an amazing series, but has a couple of little flaws to it that make it a little bit less desirable. I'm just going to go over here. And you can see those. Now here, this Overlord, I've got 2 of the big box sets in the first season, and just the regular. My Pee-wee's Playhouse stuff. Again, I love these Persona movie sets. I mean, they're just so cool. And these are really good. The Persona animes are hit or miss. This Phantasm one also was fairly valuable. Out of print. Ping Pong Club, out of print. I go over here. These are... I can get better boxes for those, but they just look cooler that way. Porky set. Has a lenticular cover. Project ACO. Project ALF, which is very much out of print. And the first of those, I've got some more of them here, which is Aniplex Limited for Pula, which we're going to be covering the movies and hopefully the series in June. So that's going to be cool. This Read or Die set, which is pretty rare. Got it for $25. I was happy for that. The Ranma 1/2, which was my first anime. I knew it was an anime. I'd seen anime before that, but yeah. This Rec one, which I went ahead and I got because the fourth movie is so out of print and so expensive. It was cheaper to get like this at the time. My Red Dwarf stuff. Red Dwarf is awesome. Ren and Stimpy full set. Revenge of the Nerds. This is the way to get it, in my opinion, because the Atomic Wedgie one has all 4 movies in it, which is cool. There's a new Otena sets that are Blu-ray, but I love these. The artwork on these is spectacular. I just love that. That is just so amazing right there. Here's Luna. This here was a April Fool's joke, which is pretty fun. You buy this, and they give you the same money back in a gift card, and then put the money you spent onto a charity. So I got some X-Strike stuff here. River City Rumble, which actually has a Chris Sievert connection because it's connected with Filthy McNasty with some staff there, so that's pretty cool. Alright, we got the Roseanne Route 66. I'm glad they came up with this because, again, really and truly it's just those first few seasons that I really liked because that's when I was growing up, but still. The signed Saber Marionette J set, all these Sailor Moons. I was psyched when this I found out was coming out officially. It means I got rid of a bootleg, which is sad that I'm getting more bootlegs in the collection again because less and less stuff is coming out. Santa with Muscles, Santa's Sleigh, all good films. Campy, but good. Scary movies. We did a great cover of this. And this was really cheap for a while. Alright. Some fun stuff here. Shimonetta. Great stuff there. As we get down to the bottom. Ooh. That was a good one. There's one called Servant Time Service that's over here somewhere. Oh, right there. That one was exceptionally cheap, but really good. That Skip Beat set we did an unboxing for. It's a really good series. And there's that Sleepaway Camp set it's got the cross on it, I think. I think this is the one that has it. Yep, that's the one that had the cover that had to be yanked because of the Red Cross. So we've got ourselves some more over here. Sultry Ray. I really love the music for this one here. Some Days Dreamers 2. Really good music. Song of the South, just because. South Park. I like the Space Brothers kind of form that picture. And then, of course, we got Haposai here. That I made him back when I was in high school. Splatter Farm and Return to Splatter Farm. We got Kyle in there. We got some Star Trek and Star Wars up in there together. Now this one here is not region free, but it has seasons 1 through 5 in it, which you can then finish off with this Lost Missions. Not the newest stuff, but still some good stuff there. The Strong Bad ones, I have the Homestar ones too, but it's cool having a lot of the Strong Bad stuff in case it ever disappears from online. My yes, for half a cup of coffee one. I like this one because of the way it's kind of formed. It's got this kind of curved nature for Super Gals. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Some pretty cool stuff there. A little cat thing. So we got our Tailspin, which they did wrap up as the full series with that. Got the Harry Potter Blu-ray collection. Some cool stuff there. We got our Tales from the Hood. Tales from Halloween, which I also love. I Love Lucy. Excellent series. Excellent series. So Talk Radio, also an excellent movie. Tarantino set, which was one of the few ways to get one movie for a while. But they changed that, so I'm glad about that. It's Tweeny Witches set, which I got because they have them in the individuals in here, which I talk about when I do the pickup on it. I did the Tenchi movie set because the second movie, Daughter of Darkness, was bad in mine, so I just get this to get the condensed set. This really cool Da Vinci Code one that belongs to my wife. Thanks, Killings. And that's out of order. There it is. Bela Lugosi collection, which was a gift to my father, came back to me when he passed, which is sad, but you know, still unopened. But I think it's, you know, the thought of that. I keep my GM dice in here. This Bonanza set, which I may never open because it's not mine, and I don't have any urge to watch Bonanza. Toradora over here, really good one. It has that OVA on it, which is pretty cool. This Tenchi set, which is awesome. I also like this Toxic Avenger set that has the cartoon on it, just not the movie. My Transformers sets, Trekkies. This Turnbridge Trilogy, which is also out of print, but somehow Dan keeps finding $1 copies. Darn you, Dan. Under the Dome was a really good Stephen King one. Got really weird, though. Upstairs, Downstairs, slow, but really good when it gets into it. The Surasai Yatsura stuff, these sets are extremely rare and expensive, and I hope one day they condense them, but who knows, they need to come back into print. Movies are coming back into print, so, you know, luck. Walking Dead, you know. Wedding Peach also, one people don't talk a lot about, but it's a cool Sailor Moon clone. Some pretty cool stuff there. Wilfred, I don't know why, I just enjoyed Wilfred. I'm one of the few, I guess. Wonder Chosen, I just like because of sick joy out of the weird sense of humor. This WWW Wagneria sets apparently are very rare, at least one of them is. And of course the X-Men cartoon, which is cool to have. Yawara needs to get the full series released. Come on, Tokyo. Well, come on, Discotheque. Same thing with this. Those first two seasons need a good condensed release. And then down here, which I'm glad I finally got the Zone of Enders series. I'm actually okay with having that much of Zatch Bell because, again, I don't have to own everything, but I still like to see, like, stuff I really like, I'd like to see completed. So, of course, that Icarus is a screener copy only, which is sad. That Columbia Pictures one's cool. And these are my manga collection. I don't have a huge one. I have all of Dr. Slump. I have all of Deers, all of Chibi Vampire, all of Gunsmith Cats, all that they released in America of Honey Hunt, but they stopped. Inuyasha, I have everything up through volume 15, 1 to 15 I have in single comic form when they were doing that. That one I have. I really liked Angelic Days. It was a really cool take. 1 Pound Gospel, really good. Ranma, same thing. I had them in single comics up until it got to this point where they started only printing them in that. Zetsubo Sensei, which I'm hoping with the anime release they'll keep up with the manga because they stopped that at 14. Skip Beat, which is the only one I'm collecting currently. That Interspecies Reviewers. And this Tenchi one, the all-new Tenchi Muyo, which was supposed to be the last one, but they're doing another one. Then, of course, these are my used ones. I don't consider them part of my collection just yet, but they will be in the collection eventually. Oh yeah, my Igmar Bourbon set. I don't know why I forgot about that. So this is the whole of it. I hope you've enjoyed this rundown. And we'll see you next week when we do our regular scheduled programming. So of course, if you like this content, like and subscribe. But we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.